Hello everyone, King Nutty Reviews here, and today we'll be talking about one of my favorite slice of life romantic comedy manga, Love's in Sight. Love's in Sight quickly became one of my favorite slice of life series due to how well it handles sensitive issues like the perception of people with disabilities in society while still maintaining a very fun and cute atmosphere. The main appeal of this series comes from the educational benefit you get from learning how the main heroine, Yukiko, lives her life as someone with a vision disability called amblyopia. This is balanced out well with the overall cute romantic atmosphere between Yukiko and the other main character, Morio. In this video, I'll be talking about all the positives and the different appeals the series has and break down why I ended up enjoying the series so much. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the content and support my Patreon as well for more videos like this one. The link is in the description down below. So, what makes Love's in Sight such an enjoyable series? Let's talk about it. Love's in Sight is an enjoyable series that balances fun with deeper themes like the stigma many unfortunate people are forced to live under due to things they cannot control. The main character, Morio, has a big scar on his face due to some problems he ran through as a child, and because of that scar, he has to now live his life constantly being stereotyped everywhere he goes. It's harder for him to make friends apart from the people who have already known him for years, and it is very difficult for him to get a job. Most of the hiring managers tell him straight up that his scar will scare away the customers, and they want to avoid that at all costs. His scar isn't even too scary, but it's still very noticeable and causes him a lot of problems. The series brings many examples of what people with scars have to deal with, but they still keep a very fun atmosphere through the comedic personalities of the MCs, so the story never feels too depressing. Just fun and informative. Morio's whole life changes after he finally meets someone who doesn't judge him based on his appearance, a visually impaired girl named Yukiko, who is our heroine. Due to her disease, she cannot see Morio's face well, and therefore she naturally doesn't stereotype him at all and treats him like a normal person. This was a very refreshing encounter to Morio, and he felt a camaraderie with her since her walking stick that shows she's visually impaired and his scar, which brings stigma and bad stereotypes, both attract negative attention as they walk down the street together. After hanging out with her, Morio realizes that she lives a very difficult life due to her disease, but she still tries her best to live as happily as she can. He gains a lot of respect for her and works very hard to help her when she needs it and wants to become an important person in her life. That is pretty much the main core of the series. We watch Morio's and Yukiko's journey of dealing with their own personal issues while discovering love and warmth together. Along with exploring the character arcs of Morio and Yukiko, we also get introduced and explored the problems and issues with the other characters of the main cast. A big one would be Shishio. Shishio was the main rival of Morio, and he's the one that caused Morio's scar. I won't go into too much detail about the circumstances behind their beef, but the way everything was explained was beautiful. Shishio was suffering from his own identity issues, being someone with an LGBT preference, and he was struggling with how to go about feeling more comfortable being himself and how to deal with the fear of letting his loved ones know. With sensitive topics like this, it's very easy to make the characters feel very fake or make it seem like you're trying too hard to push a political agenda, which usually makes the character writing suffer in the process. This mangaka, however, does a very good job at making Shishio not become defined by his preference and just making him feel like a very cool guy first, who just happened to be LGBT as well. The overall vibe from the interactions and scenes regarding Shishio is very fun, cool, and heartwarming, which shows again the great balance the series maintains while talking about sensitive topics and keeping an enjoyable vibe instead of a depressing one. The last major character that adds to the overall theme and message of the story is Yukiko's friend, Sora. Sora also has amblyopia, just like Yukiko, so they can relate to each other in many different ways. They may have the same disease, but how their eyesight is affected is slightly different. Sora's existence adds a lot of depth to the story because it shows that the mangaka studied a lot about amblyopia and backs that idea up by providing key information only an expert would know about the disease. The mangaka uses panels to show the reader the specific differences between the eyesights of Yukiko and Sora. They use a specific blur effect to imitate the disease Yukiko has, then uses another specific blur effect to imitate the disease that Sora has. Even though they are both blurry and show a severe lack of vision, the parts that are hard to see are different between the two of them. I find this really cool because a lot of series don't go far enough to show different examples of the disease in question and then also show the different perspectives between them so the readers can understand even better what the victims go through. Sora's character arc was really good and she was used as the last challenge for Morio to see if he's truly someone who cares about the problems of visually impaired people in general, or is it just that he cares for Yukiko and Yukiko's problems alone. I won't get too much into detail about how everything played out, but it was very heartwarming to see both Morio and Sora grow together as people, especially since she was very antagonistic towards people who have perfect vision. The series has so many payoffs with the many character moments that the main cast goes through, and is overall just a really good vibe. It is also a very informative series. It is also a very informative series that teaches you about what people from different facets of life go through. The series maintains such a good atmosphere, having so many good and wholesome moments that I always find myself going back to reread just so it can put a smile on my face again. There are some characters I did not mention in the video that also had some really good scenes, which just goes to show that the mangaka is good at not only touching heartstrings, but also utilizing his sidecast to really push the bigger themes of the story. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. And don't forget to support the Patreon as well. The link is in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.